Well, good morning, cyber friends. Mitty Man coming at you again from Walker's Music. Yet another word for the day. Tuesday morning edition, and we give God all the praise and honor and the glory. And we thank you for life, health, and strength. We thank you for his weather vehicle. It could have been another way. And we got a lot of people and a lot of things that are happening on our planet. Not all good, but nevertheless, not all bad either. It's the way we got to look at things. And as y'all see my subject this morning, and I go back to the days of my military career, and I had a drill sergeant. As a matter of fact, he was head drill sergeant, chief drill sergeant, if you wanna say that. And in our company, and there at Fort Dix, New Jersey. And matter of fact, we had an Air Force base right across from Fort Dix. It was called McGuire Air Force Base. And matter of fact, I think since I've been in the service, that they have combined McGuire and Dix together. It's a joint thing now, I think. But nevertheless, I had a drill sergeant. He was the head drill sergeant, I would say. His name was Drill Sergeant Thomas. And now mind you, everybody, that I will never forget those four drill sergeants. We had four in the Echo Company. Our drill sergeant in the Echo Company, we would call the Mad Dog. That was our platoon. How would you say, our mascot? We would call the Mad Dog. And we were bad. We were bad. And Drill Sergeant Thomas used to always say, "The choice is yours." That's my topic for this morning. The choice is yours. And I want to give a shout out to all the drill sergeants. Matter of fact, I'll never forget these guys. Matter of fact, I can't forget them. They had such an impact on my life at that particular point in time. Mind you, people, that I had already had 6 years of college before I even went into the military. I had did my first 2 years in junior college at Andrew in my hometown, graduated with my Associate of Arts, concentrating in music. Then I went 4 more years at Berry in Rome, Georgia, concentrating in music and business. And I fell 12 elected short of getting my bachelor's with a double major. So that was all before I even transitioned and went on into the military. So therefore, the drill sergeant, they had a little, I should say, an extra chore with me because I was headstrong. And by way of education, what you would say. So it was a little bit more difficult for them to get me to bend in certain things that it did not take for other soldiers. But at any rate, we had some great drill sergeants. Drill Sergeant Thomas, like I say, was the head. Drill Sergeant Ward, Drill Sergeant Guffey, Drill Sergeant Fleming. Those cats, I will never forget them. I'll never forget them. I learned a lot of things. They took us through tremendous exercise for physical strength. Like I said, we were called the Mad Dogs, and we wasn't called them that for nothing. We had our mascot in our classroom was, might as well say, like that Georgia Bulldog you see. That was our mascot. It was a big bulldog with a great spike chain around his neck, and we were called the Mad Dog Platoon. We were Echo Company. So, but the thing that I want to speak about is this statement that Drill Sergeant Thomas used to always make. The choice is yours. He would tell us that all the time. And over the years, and then I look back over my life, and I can see exactly what Drill Sergeant Thomas was speaking of when he said the choice is yours. People, the choice is yours. How you react. You can either react to a thing or you can be proactive. I understand that a lot of times things does not happen the way we would want them to. I understand that, and I'm going to use my own life as an example, because I can't speak for you. I can only speak for me. But at any rate, I made the choice. I've come to my senses, rather, that in my latter years, now, I can't go back to being 25 no more. I can't do that. I'm soon to turn 55. I can't go back to 25, but I decided to make a choice with my life as it is, that I would choose to be content. You remember the Apostle Paul said that. He said, I know what it is to be hungry. I know what it is to be full. In other words, I know what it means to abound and to be obeyed. In other words, Paul said, I done been to both extremes. But one thing that I have learned to where in whatever condition I find myself in, I will be content. It doesn't tell us to thank God for all things, but thank God in all things, people. And, you know, let's just start at your own homestead. I'm talking about me now. I can't talk about you. In other words, I made a decision. The choice is mine. In other words, God gave all of us free will. Listen to that. Free will. No one can make you, per se, do anything. Now, that is something called coercion. If somebody got a gun on you and they try to get you to do something, even then you got the choice to say no. I mean, in the event of maybe getting your brain blown out or whatnot, but yet it's still, you still don't have to agree, even with the gun at your head. But what we are saying with these decisions that we have to make in our lives, when people talk about us, think about it. People say all manner of evil against you. You haven't done anything to them, per se, but then still they say all manner of evil against you. You got a choice then. You got a choice to whether they let that stuff roll off you and bounce off you, or you can let it get in you, and you can become bitter. Once you become bitter, you only hurt yourself. In other words, they say a bitter person, or maybe, well, let's just say a jealous person, because most of the time when people got an issue with you, mainly, it's most of it because of something that you have that they want. They are jealous of something in your life that they want in theirs, and therefore they got this attitude towards you. But now, like I say, if you become bitter, it's just like, and I've heard many people say it, it's not my saying, but they say when you become bitter, it's like you drinking poison and expecting for somebody else to die. That's just what it is. See, it only affects you. So when going back to what Drill Sergeant told you to say, the choice is yours. That was at Fort Dix, New Jersey here. Some old, good God, it's almost 30 years now. It's almost over 30 years now. It just seemed that they showed you how time passed away. This was like during the 90s. Matter of fact, the beginning of the 90s, we was in Desert Shield. And so if you look back from then, from 90 to now, what is that? What, 26 years? That's a long time, people. But at any rate, he would always say, the choice is yours. And I look back at that. So I got a choice and a decision to make on everything that happens to me in my life. When people don't understand and they speak evil of me without knowledge, I got a choice to make. I can let it affect me, or I can just let it roll off and keep going. You see, when you start letting what other people say, distract you, you're letting them stop you from your journey. You're letting them deter you from your goal. I don't have time to sit around and worry about who like me and who don't like me. Neither do you. Don't take me to man's advice. Stop doing that. Don't worry about who don't like you. Because if you really think about it, most of the time people saying they don't like you don't even know you. They just listening to what other people have said about you. I found out that a lot of people have said a lot of things, and I found out that people that did a whole lot of talk about me, hey, I don't let that worry me to the degree. I think about it and then I dismiss it. See, I got the choice to make what lets get inside of me, man. You got the choice of what you let get inside of you. Don't worry. In other words, whatever you find yourself involved in, and I'm not going to make this a whole long, drawn-out video. Whatever you find yourself in, if you are a choir member, if you are an usher, if you are a deacon or a missionary, whatever place in the church that you find yourself in, do your best job. And forget about what people say. Because number one, if you're in the choir and you can sing pretty good, you're going to have somebody not only in that church, but you're going to have some people right there in the choir you sing with going to have something negative to say about you just because you sing well. Oh, yes, sir, you're going to have that. So what you got to do, you can't not worry about that. You keep saying, matter of fact, the more they talk, the more you sing. The more they talk about you, the more you sing. And the more you try to, and always let somebody instruct you. If you are a good singer, get some more instruction for somebody that knows music that can teach you and take you to another level. And more people talk about you, the more you should increase yourself. Because that's what it is, really. It's a jealousy thing to the degree. And that's in whatever position you find yourself in the church. Because really and truly, people, I'm going to tell you straight truth. I have got to the place and I've gotten to the point that where I didn't even want to be in the church anymore. Oh, yes. I'm not going to sit here and be all spiritual and thinking, letting everybody know I got issues too. Plenty of them. And I'm honest enough to say, I have done things that I'm not proud of. I've done some things just this week that I'm not proud of. So I'm not going to get here and act like I'm all good at two shoes. I ain't never did nothing wrong. But what I am saying is, whatever I find myself in, I have made the decision that I'm not going to let you make my day bad. Now, you may not like me, fine, but I can't let that make my day bad. I'm going to take what God has given me. I didn't have no choice about this coming to this planet. The choice was not mine. I didn't have no, and the choice was not yours. We are here by design purpose. In other words, it was God plan to put us here. And his main goal is to get us and shape us in the image of his son, Jesus. So what we need to do on every occasion that we find ourselves, whatever we put our hand to do, we need to do our best work as we doing it unto God and not unto man. Because see, man will fail you. People don't put all that confidence in Mighty-Man. Mighty-Man tried, but Mighty-Man is human. I may fail you, but Jesus never failed. So put your trust in Jesus. Don't put it in man. Put it in Jesus. And then whatever your gifts are, some of us got one gift, some of us got two, some got 10. Doesn't matter. But whatever God has dealt you, use it. Whatever hand God has dealt you, you play those cards. Don't try to play my card. You play the cards that were dealt to you. And I guarantee you will be just as successful as anybody else. As Drill Sergeant Thomas used to say, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. No, you don't have to let nobody make your day bad. Regardless of what they say or do, you don't have to let anybody make your day bad. But you need to understand that God has made you unique. You don't supposed to be like somebody else. I don't try to be like Daryl. I don't try to be like Floyd. I'm earnest. I play the keyboard the way I play the keyboard. And whatever else I do. And fixing all these computers that I work on, and I mean I work on plenty of them. But that's a gift that God has given me. Even though when I was in the military, electronics and computers, that's what I worked in with the M1A1 tanks. That's what sparked my interest in the electronics, was working on that M1A1 tank. For those of you that don't know, that's the military main battle tank called the Abrams. I know that sucker inside and out. That was my MOS, 45 kilos. So in other words, this is Mighty-Man just telling you whatever you get. Whatever you get into. If God ain't in it, come out of it. And remember, the choice is yours. You have the final decision whether or not you're going to be happy or not. Remember, all of us, we go through things. We're all going to go through things until Jesus comes. We're going to go through things. But once we go through it, we will shine even brighter on the other side. Now, I'm not saying that when you're going through, you don't feel it. Yes, you do. You feel it, but feel it, make the decision that you're going to still be better and you're going to continue to do what thus says the Lord. This is Mighty-Man. Till the next video, next Bible study. Peace. Goodbye.